So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Team 333 training call on Thursday night, Thursday, the 3rd of October. And tonight we've got three very special ladies on the call tonight, Gazelle, Liezel, and Sandy. And tonight they all, between the three of them together, I think they've probably got about 50, maybe 60 years worth of network marketing experience. And tonight they're going to be sharing their journey of how they qualified for the last incentive trip, which is going to be in Marrakesh in November this year. And they're going to be sharing a lot of tips tonight on their journey of qualifying, but everything else that comes with it. So it's not just achieving the incentive trip, but how your business grows during the process of you doing it. So without any further ado, I'm going to hand over to Gazelle. Take it away. Enjoy, guys. Get your pen and paper out. Take some notes.
Thank you very much, Chris. And thank you to Sandy and Liezel, who's doing this with me. Teamwork absolutely makes the dream work. Lucinda asked us to do this incentive trips training and just to chat a little bit on how each of us experienced it and how each of us made it. And we all three have quite unique stories, and it's a very great privilege to share that tonight with you. So you'll see that the heading says the kickback from incentive trips, because it's so much more than just the trip. It's the drive, it's the excitement, it's the boost in your business. And even if you didn't make it, you were still working towards something. So first of all, I am going to just introduce us again. We're first going to hear from Sandy, and then from Liezel, and then from myself. So what did we do to qualify? This can help you too. So we're each going to add golden nuggets and share what we've done. There we go.
Thank you very much. And I'm absolutely honored to be presenting with the two of you, because from what I've gathered, both of you have serious network marketing experience. So I'm going to learn a ton from you too. And how's this for synchronicity? Eric got his Moroccan visa yesterday. Mine's just come through.
Oh,
so
wow.
We're ready to go.
Well
All good. And we do that 10 days after we get back from the States. So let's start. So the process, my style, and I don't know what your styles are, but my style is always to first sit down and visualize what I want to achieve. And I don't just visualize it, but I feel the emotion. I see us there. I see us with team members. I see us flying out together and having fun together. And in the process, I see the teams building, us working closer as a community. But it's the feeling that goes with the visualization. It's the joy and the excitement. And if you think of it, that's how we work daily. It's with working with joy and excitement. And then really connecting with the teams up front. And I must say, I did not start immediately, but I'll get there. Then connecting with the team, seeing who would like to run for it. And there were many people planning to run for it. And I'm going to mention two particular names, Liezel, who from the start plotted and planned, and Bridget. And I know there were others plotting and planning, but they were giving me feedback regularly, what they're doing, what they've achieved, be it frustrations. I don't know if any of you ever experienced some frustration. It's okay. We all have peaks and valleys, and it's all part of sharpening our axe in the process. And then really what happened to me was I found I was in IPA, income producing activities, at any rate. That's what I was doing daily, working with the teams, feedback, running with whoever needed help. And it's always about concentrating on other people. Sure, it's looking at what did I want to achieve. It's Who of my team can I help to grow? And then also bringing in new people. And at any rate, that is the consistency that we work with on a day-to-day basis. So really, it was the consistency, the income-producing activities, and communication and caring, and doing what we do daily. But I must say, a lot of time was spent in offline Zooms, in presentations, personal presentations, in three-way calls. And that made a massive difference. It really did. And if you think of it, isn't that what we do daily? That's part of life. But it's always better to work with speed and joy. The process is having fun. And I believe referral marketing, when we do it, we have fun. And if we're not having fun, then we're doing something wrong. So then, moving on to do it better next time. Man, I know for a fact I can do it much better next time, because I didn't start immediately. I looked at and took a while to work out how does this work, and then plotting and planning. And then I found I was moving into daily activities. Next time, I will start immediately, and I will link with the teams immediately, and also get to understand their plans better, and work with them better to see where are they feeling challenged, and to move in and assist as best I can in a more focused way. And then really everyone, if you worked for this and you didn't qualify, you know, a lot of good has happened. Firstly, you would have gained more experience, because that's, again, what's happening daily. More experience, personal growth, because this is what network marketing's about. The biggest thing is personal growth, and your leadership style would have improved, and leadership growth. And then, without a doubt, seeds have been planted. And you know what? Not everyone's right at the time. And we always talk about, if you get no's, and what I've learned, I've heard the training, and it's certainly what I've learned. A no isn't a no. It's not for now. We don't know what's happening in someone's life. We don't know if they're going through family trauma, financial struggles that they're not ready to share. And many people come back few weeks, few months, even a year and more later. And remember, it's what we've learned before. People are green tomatoes. They start, they join, and they start when they're ripe tomatoes. And then think of all the people in the process who have achieved improved health just from your own sharing and working with your people. There's improved health. There's definitely improved wealth. And there's improved skills overall. Not just with you, but everyone who you've worked with. So really, we're working out of our comfort zones a good part of the time. And you know, I was saying to Eric today that I always seem to be on a vertical learning curve. I'm constantly out of my comfort zone. And that's okay, because that's what means keep sharpening your axe. Your axe is being sharpened all the time, ready for the next step. So thank you, everyone. I hope that has given you some food for thought. And I'm going to introduce Liezel. Liezel, I've got to know quite a bit. Gazelle, it's only now that I'm getting to know you. And Liezel and I have been working closely together for many, many months. And I'm so impressed, and I've learned so much from Liezel. And I know how she started out, and she ran to the last minute. And I didn't mention that during the process, how excited we all get when you look at the points. but I'm going to let Liezel take you through that part. So over to you, Liezel.
Oh, thank you so much, Sandy. Hi, everyone, and welcome. And thank you for listening and attending. And I also want to thank Sandy, because I really also feel I could not have done this without your support, and Lucinda and Chris and Gazelle. Also, I've only met her at the corporate event, our last corporate event. But yeah, my story is a bit different. So I've been in network marketing for 11 years now. I've joined LifeWave last year, July, but only actively started doing the business in February this year. And shortly after I joined the business, I asked Lucinda, listen, Lucinda, isn't there any incentive trips in this company? Do they also give incentive trips? And she said to me, yes. And I asked her, when is the next one? And she said she will find out for me, because I love to travel. So shortly after that, the Marrakesh trip was announced, and I was very excited. And I said to her, I'm in. I want to do this. And then, so the incentive trip qualification started on the 29th of April. And it ran up till the 1st of September. So that's 4 months. We have 4 months to qualify for this trip. That is 18 weeks. But I didn't start it immediately also, because then Lucinda, she created a Marrakesh WhatsApp group for all the people who wanted to try and qualify. And then she also asked me to lead with the group, and I felt like, oh, this is new. I don't know how the point system is working. And then I looked at the incentive tracker, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what is. This was very Greek for me. I said, I don't know how this works. But anyway, nevertheless, I just went on doing the business, talking to people every day. But Marrakesh was a little bit behind somewhere in my head. So I just did the business. And then, so that started in April. In May, we started with the Marrakesh group and stuff. And then on the 4th of July, I will never forget that day. George posted in that Marrakesh group the people who have already or who are in qualification for the Marrakesh group. And then I scrolled through the names, but I really didn't expect my name to be there. And then at the bottom of the page there, my name was 25 points. I nearly made a backflip. So I ran to my husband. I said to him, listen, my name is on here. I'm in qualification. I really couldn't believe it, because like I said, I was not sure how the point system works and stuff. But then I was very excited. That is where the excitement really started, because then there was about just over 8 weeks left. And I was on 25 points. And for those of you who don't know, we needed 60 points for you and your partner to qualify with one flight reimbursement ticket, and 85 points if you want to have 2 flight reimbursement tickets. So I said to my husband, I know I can do the 60, but I will aim for 85. But I was really so excited, and I just made up my mind, and I said to my husband, I'm going to Marrakesh. And what I did, I sent Sandy a message on WhatsApp. I said to her, Sandy, I'm going to Marrakesh, finish and clock. I don't know if you can remember that message, Sandy. Yeah, so and then so I like to plan and I like to visualize, but really the whole time since then, I just said to myself, I also saw myself going to Marrakesh, and what I did, I took my phone, I Googled, what will the weather be like in November in Marrakesh? And I said to my husband, it's going to be autumn, so we must know which clothes to pack. That is how I was excited and convinced that I am going to make this trip. And then the next thing what I did, I made some sticky notes. I don't know if you can see. So I wrote sticky notes, Marrakesh, 7 to 11 November. and I wrote a lot of them. I think it was about 20 or 30 of them. I've put them all over in my house, my bathroom mirror, in my car, in the house, everywhere where I can see it. So me and my husband, we also have a vision board. So when we wake up in the morning, we love to have a cup of coffee in bed. And then in front of our cupboard, we have a lot of these sticky notes with our vision board and what we want to achieve. And we talk over it, we speak live, and we also pray over it. So this Marrakesh note was also then on there. And then I had to start planning, because I'm a person, I like to visualize. So if you can see, here's my whiteboard. Because now, okay, that was 8 weeks, but I only started going to my drawing board when there was 6 weeks left. And I said to my husband, now I really have to focus, I really have to plan, and I really have to do this. And then I started doing it. So, but before I'm going to ask Gazelle to go over to the next slide I want to show you is, I just want to also tell you one thing. So then we had our second corporate event in Johannesburg, and I was very excited to meet George for the first time. Now that was on the 24th of August. That was, if I'm correct, Sandy, 1 week before. That was the last week of our qualification.
Yeah.
And then, so then I've met Gazelle. No, I haven't met her, but I remember Lucinda said to me, listen, you must speak to Gazelle because she has just qualified. And I'm like, really? She already qualified? But what I want to tell you is I was so sure of the fact that I'm going to Marrakesh. And at that point, I needed about 15 points, which was quite a lot. And then something happened. So on stage, they called all of the people who qualified for rank advancements, managers and directors. And I remember George was on stage, and I went on stage, and he congratulated me, and I said to him, thank you. And the next word actually scared myself, because I said to him, George, I will see you in Marrakesh. And he said to me, oh, really? Are you going to Marrakesh? And I'm like, yes, I'm qualifying. I'm going to see you there. As I walked down the stage, I was like, what did you just do? You said to George, you're going to do it, but you haven't even qualified. But that is what I said. And then I said to myself, I've already told him now, so I just need to do that. So then I want to show you now the next slide. So Gazelle, if you can. So what I did then, so 6 weeks before the end of the success trip, I went to my board, and this is what I did. Because in order for us to qualify for the trip, there was the rules and the stuff, how it worked. So it says personal, if you sponsored people, personally sponsored people, brand partners on silver is 1 point, gold 2 points, and there it goes on. Rank advancements, personally sponsored upgrades. So I needed to look at this on a daily basis so I can see how many points I need, where I can upgrade people from silver to gold, from gold to diamond, new enrollments, how I can help my people to get to manager, how I can also get to director. So that is that was my referral point. But anyways, and then if you can maybe just go to the next slide, then this is what I did. This is what worked for me. I need to plan. I need to visualize. And I visualized. I see I'm going to Marrakesh. I'm going to make it, but now I must put it in action. So then there was six weeks left, and if you can see there, I divided it in 6 weeks. Week 1, week 2, with the dates, week 3, 4, 5, 6. So at that time, I needed about 30 points. And I remember Lucinda said to me, listen, Liezel, don't only aim for the exact point that you think you need, but rather go a little bit over, like 2 or 3 points over. And I was like, oh my soul, really? Now the pressure is on. But I want to show you what happened to me And I also want to give you advice, because in order for me to get to 60 up to 30 points in 6 weeks, I had to do a minimum of 5 points per week, and maybe 1 week 6 or 7 points to get to 32 or 33 points. So in week 1, I did 5 points. So if you can see, I gave myself 1 point for the lifetime rank manager. Then silver, I sell 2 silver packages that week. An upgrade of gold. So in total, it was 5 points the first week. The second week was only 3 points. So now I knew I had to work harder the week after that because I'm behind. And the third week, I only had 2 points. So now I really was getting into trouble because now I need to work even harder. On the fourth week, it was only 3 points. On the fifth week, 5. And then I needed lots of points in that last week. So that last week was really a very hectic week for me. And in that week, we also needed to go to our Airbnb in the Lowveld. We had to have meetings there, do some stuff. So that was really a very, very stressful week for me because I was in qualification, I had meetings, I had to think out of the box. And I remember in that week also, there was about 2 or 3 people who told me that they're going to upgrade and they're going to buy. And then what happened on that Thursday, those people told me they're going to leave it till the week after because stuff happened. The one was on holiday, the other one was waiting for some money to come in, and the other one was not in a hurry at all. Now, I think that was in total 5 points. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do now? Now, you can't, when you are in qualification, be pushy. You can't tell people, listen, you have to buy now this week because I'm in qualification. You have to buy now. That is not the way how it works. It's very unprofessional. So I just had to say, now I must up my game. And I was grateful for them for still going to buy the next week, but now I had to make a plan. So it was pushing me very out of my comfort zone. I had to make a few phone calls. I had to set up a few coffee meetings over the weekend. And I literally worked till Sunday evening, 11 o'clock. That was really stressful for me. I ended up with 65 points. That was really, I was so grateful, so blessed, so thankful. But what I wanna tell you out of my experience, this is how I think if only I did this from the first week, it's really not this hard. Really, I can promise you, each and every one of you can qualify for this incentive trip. There's 18 weeks. If you divide it up in 4 months, it's about, I worked it out, 15 points per month over four months, and that is about how many points per week? 4 points, just over 4 points per. It's really not that difficult. That is for 60 points. But if you and your partner want to go, all expenses paid, reimbursement of 2 tickets, it's 85 points, and that's also doable. That is 22 points per month and about 5 points per week, and then you get to 90 points. So that's really not that difficult. But I'm grateful, but I really worked hard. I was focused. But the one thing I've also learned about this was this is how we are supposed to do the business on a daily basis. Not only when we are in qualification for success trips. And I said to my husband, I was working so hard, I was so focused every single day. And he said to me, you also said to me, but this is how we are supposed to do the business, regardless if there's incentive trips or not. We have to do this. We have to treat this as a business and not as a hobby. So, and I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. But I think if we can do this on a daily basis, we don't even have to work so much harder to qualify for these incentive trips. But I just want to see what else I wanted to say. But this is really was pushing me out of my comfort zone. And I was very grateful for Lucinda also, who helped me a lot, for Sandy. It was teamwork. I was never, ever I felt alone in this business. And then your beautiful Gazelle, you know what, after the event, I messaged her. I said to her, how did you do this? And she said to me, well, she's going to tell you now how she did it. But she's also a big inspiration to me because I've learned some new things from her also. So every single person is doing this on a different level. This is what works for me. I like to do this. I like to plan. I like to visualize also. But for me also, I just said, I'm going to Marrakesh. I'm not gonna not make it. And I really worked hard for it, but I'm so grateful because you know what, this is really something that me and my husband is going to enjoy a lot. So yeah, Gazelle, I'm going to hand over to you now.
Thank you so much for what you shared and what you shared, Sandy. So from my side, I have a completely different story. It's actually quite funny, but I knew of the Marrakesh trip vaguely. I joined LifeWave May this year. And the previous company I was with, we always had incentive trips. So I knew what incentive trips were all about. And in the past, I was extremely driven by incentives. Like I always qualified. It was a big deal for me. But when I joined LifeWave, I don't know, something just changed inside of me because I was extremely passionate about the previous company I was with, doing good, everything. But LifeWave for me is just next level. Like I was so astonished and I just wanted to tell everyone about this beautiful, beautiful patches. So I think halfway into the trip, Mel, who is one of the brand partners in my team and also a very good friend, she said, well done, your name is on the list. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then she drew my attention to it, that I was actually on the list. And then I saw, oh yes, I remember about the Marrakesh trip. And then I completely forgot about it again. And 2 days before I qualified, Sandy Ashfield, who's one of my uplines, sent me a voice note and she said, she's so proud of me and she's sure I'm going to make it. She's got no doubt. And I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't ask her that, but then I went to search. And only that evening, which was the 21st of August, I actually joined the Marrakesh group. I didn't even know there's a Marrakesh group because honestly, sometimes life is so busy that I can't pay proper attention to the groups. Then the next day or 2 days after that, Tanya, who's my upline, phoned me and she congratulated me. And I literally just cried. I was so overwhelmed. I was like, I wasn't even working towards this. I didn't even think about it twice. So there's no use that I share that with you without telling you what I did and what I was just doing every day. So for me, battling an autoimmune condition, and this just changed my life so much. I just shared my story from the very beginning. So I'm very active on Facebook, and I know a lot of people aren't comfortable with that, but I can tell you, if you can move out of your comfort zone with that one, you will thank me and yourself. Because Facebook is a platform that we can share freely. I've never paid for an ad in my life, but what did I do? So that's why on my slide I put there, share your story. Facts tell, but testimonies sell. We can share all the facts and all the patents and the science and all the beautiful things it does, but your story sells. So I started in May, and then I made a video on Facebook saying, listen, I'm going to share what these patches are doing in my life. And I said for the first month, because you need to understand also that we don't ever want to be just product. But I've got a rather large following, and I said, I want to share this with you. So like every second or third day, I would jump on there, do a video, share what I'm experiencing. So my people had their eyes on me. And from that is literally how I made 90% of my sales, because I'm a very open person on social media, very just sharing, but mainly from a point of care. So what I can share with you on this call is to share your story. Track every little thing and share it. Don't be shy to share your story, no matter how big or small it is, because someone out there needs to hear it. Sometimes I just shared that I slept better and I got a message, because I used to really have bad insomnia as well. Sometimes I just shared that my ankle isn't sore anymore. Every little thing. And your own story makes a difference, because we've got lots of testimonies, but people know you personally. And when you share your own results and your own experience, it's real for the people who watch you. And then Facebook and other social media platforms are very good to use. It's literally, it connects us worldwide. Just make sure that you stay within the guidelines. We can't make specific claims and things, because LifeWave will then contact you. So remember, when posting to Facebook, to just again share your story. You don't have to post products and stuff like that. Just show up and share every second or third day something about what you are experiencing, or a loved one of you have experienced. And on that platform, use it mainly to get followers by adding value. I can't stress this enough, and I train people on this. Facebook is not an advertising company. It is, but it's not. So if you just live your life, you just be you. You come and you show up as yourself. And from that, always try to add value, so that even when the person who looks at your profile never ever buys anything from you, they walk away and they got something from you. Because when we serve, it's easier for us to receive. So, and on that also, it must never always just be business, because it's very easy. People will simply press the hide button because this person is just advertising things. So, and be authentic. Do not do something that you see someone else is doing. Now jump on Facebook to see what I'm doing. You can for guidance, but you need to be you. The world needs you, and it needs your story. Each and every single individual have the power to make a difference. And that's why I always say, you need to be authentic. Find what makes you special in this patching industry as well, and share that with the world. And then stay visible. A lot of people start and it's going great, and then it takes a little bit of a downwards loop, and then they feel like giving up. Never. You stay visible. People need to see that you really believe in what you are selling, in what you are telling. If you're gonna now all of a sudden disappear because now you're like, oh, no one is responding and it's not working. No, people are watching. They may not be liking and commenting on your stuff, but they are watching you. And that's where you need to stay consistent. And this is something that I say, no one knows how many sales you are making. So you faith it till you make it. I don't say fake it till you make it. You faith it till you make it. You believe and you trust and you continue, because this product is absolutely phenomenal. Then presentations. Attend presentations in your area. And if there are no presentations in your area, I do presentations at salons, at people's homes. So that helped me as well for the direct sales that's not from Facebook. But believe it or not, most of those people that I engaged with in person came from Facebook. So, and then just follow the structure supplied to us. Chris and Lucinda puts everything there for us. These trainings and the overviews that we have, just follow that structure. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. The wheel is working very comfortably. So just go with what is supplied to us. Our resources are absolutely amazing. And then share from the heart at presentations. Share your story. Share what you're doing. Share what's special to you, but just keep it short. Don't waffle on about things. Come with an impactful testimony, share it with the people watching and attending. Ask them, is there any questions, so that you can have a conversation from that as well. Because also our presentation is absolutely phenomenal. That presentation in itself brings a lot of people to see, wow, this is absolutely phenomenal. And then relationships. I can't stress that enough. I think that's one of the greatest success recipes for anyone. And that's been a very good success for me, because I believe in caring for people first, sincerely. You offer a solution, and there is a solution. I always say, whatever your problem is, Dispatch will fix it. And I am confident that that's the case. So we have a solution, but some people, like Sandy also said, are not yet ready to receive that solution. So I have a completely different approach to the no's, and I have not yet done this. But we should actually all aim to get at least 10 no's a day, because then you've reached out to people, and you've reached out and you started from your side. And then you don't stop till you get your 10 no's for that day, because then you know you put in the effort. But honestly, that's not what I did this time. But take the leap of faith and just reach out to people. You never know who's just sitting and praying for a solution for the problems they have. And then take care of relationships after the no. So even if it's a no or not now, still take care of those relationships. We are not just interested in people because we can make an income from them. We are interested in them because we want to improve their lives. We want to be there for them. And like for me, this is very funny. I qualified for the Marrakesh trip, and I'm super excited. I wish I could go. But for me, at this stage in my life, it's simply not possible to go. But I'm still so happy, because every single sale, every single person that joined LifeWave is building the business, and it's an opportunity for someone to have a better life. So incentive trips are absolutely amazing. They motivate us. That excitement that Liezel spoke about is phenomenal. And the way to plan and structure, I made notes from what Sandy also shared, and from what Liezel has shared with me before. We can all learn from each other. And like every person is different. Sandy had her way, Liezel had her way, I had mine. And that would have worked. That would have been the way I would have done it in the past as well. But I think because I was used to that rhythm, and that's exactly what both these ladies also said, if we work like this every day, it will be easy to qualify for incentive trips, because I was doing all of that work in the past, reaching out to people, building relationships with people. So they've known me for a few years now, and they know me well. So then when I come with something, it's like, okay, we know her, we trust her, let's try this. And that's the thing of working in the business, on the business every day. And then learn from other mentors. We've got so many phenomenal people, and I know you on this call, you are people who want to learn from others. And this is what's beautiful. We've got such a great group of people together, forming this beautiful unity, that we can each just tap into the resources supplied and also learn from other people's success. And when you see something that you're doing, have the confidence and tell Lucinda, listen, I've got something, I'd like to share it with the team. Because at the end of the day, everything we invest into others is also building us. Because I believe that the more we grow and the more we help others grow, we all come to our full potential. And then build your business every day. Show up every day, not just on the days you feel like it. Have set goals and say, this is what I want to reach. It's great, like Sandy and Liezel also says, they like to visualize things. I'm one of those people, and it's because I'm a life coach. I'm like that person saying, set your goals and work towards that every day, even on the days that you don't feel like it. And then, like you saw in this, each and every person is unique. And that just proves one thing, that anyone can make a success of the business side of LifeWave. You just need to show up authentically and find what works for you. And that's all from my side. Sandy, Liezel, would you like to add anything else?
No, I just want to say that I believe like you said, every single person on the score can also do this. If we can do it, I believe anyone can do it. And like you said, you just have to push hard and you have to treat this as a business.
Absolutely.
Like any other business, this is not a hobby. This is such an amazing business because it gives you time freedom. You can do this business anywhere. You can travel. It's all those incentive trips. And the most amazing thing for me is the team and the people. It's really, it's like a family. Strangers become friends and friends become family in this business.
Absolutely.
And we all traveling together next year, not just the three of us and Chris and Lucinda, everyone on the score.
Absolutely.
Because everyone on the score, I know you and I'm going to say newbies, we're traveling together. We need to fill a plane and go places. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Can you imagine the vibe?
Yeah. It's going to be phenomenal. And next year I'm going to plan for it and I'm going to go as well.
Me too, each one. I want to see the whole team there, everyone there.
Let's make South Africa next year the biggest team to go onto the incentive trip.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I just want to see if anyone has questions that they would like to ask. I don't know, because we do have some time left. If anyone has a question that they would like to ask us from their side, that maybe we could add more value.
In the meantime, I'd like to mention something. You know, Bridget was going for it, and she's coming to America with us. But Bridget's done so much work offline. And in fact, you know, our ranks also move at times. And Bridget's director. And what a delight. And that comes from planning this trip, working towards it, and doing all the things that we've been taught. You know, working offline, building, helping the team, everything that's been said here. And she and her team have gained so much from that.
That's amazing.
That is really amazing.
And there's Lucinda. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I don't see any questions coming up in the chat. So I also just want to say that thank you, Liezel and Sandy, for the wisdom that you also shared with us tonight. And that planning and structure is good and healthy as well. I know my situation looked different, but I do strongly encourage people to plan and structure and work towards it so that you know exactly where you're headed.
Oh, thank you, Giselle. Thank you.
Thank you, Liezel. Thank you, Gazelle. We had fun tonight.
Absolutely. Have a beautiful evening and day further, wherever you're watching from, and sleep well, ladies.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Oh, bly maar nog 'n bietjie op, want ek dink ek weet ook nie of ons dan net kan leave Chris met hom seker eindig.
Well, ek sien daar's kan sê leave meeting.
Ja, kom ons kyk. Yes. Wag, so. Shame. Everyone is so kind. I'm gonna say bye so long Chris can snip this out so we can chat, Liezel. I just don't want to drop the call and then maybe he needs to end something. So ons kan maar verder nog bietjie gesels. Want ek sê ook, jy het nou nie daai deel gehoor nie, maar gewoonlik ek het 'n green screen want ek het 'n mooi prentjie agter my. Nou is dit soos nou werk dit nie in die call nie. Dit was vrek snaaks.
Maar
Maar
dit
dit
lyk
lyk my net
green screen.
dit lyk maar net of ek 'n baie groen kamer het.
Maar dit lyk mooi.
Ja, en ek kry dit is so wonderlik om jou nou actually te sien en nie net te hoor nie.
Ja, dit is, né?
Ja, jou struktuur en alles is so goed, regtig.
Ag, baie
En dit-
dankie. Myne ook.
Ja, maar dit is goed om te sien hoe ons al drie dit verskillend gedoen het. En dit wys regtig net enigiemand kan dit doen.
No, absolutely, everyone can. Ja, nee, dit is verseker. Okay, ek wonder nou of moet Chris na die call end of kan ons net leave?
Ek gaan nou net gou-gou vir Chris vra.
Maybe Lucinda, is Lucinda still on the call? Or did she also leave the meeting?
Nee, ek weet nie. Gewoonlik is ek die host alleen, so ek weet nie, maar ek het vir my voice note gestuur.
Oh, Lucinda is still on the call.
Oh well.
I need to end it now.
Yeah, no, but it's fine. I'll wait for them till they can.
I think they are busy with their own.
Hello, yes, you can just press end on your side.
Okay, perfect. Okay, bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.